directors. Mr. Wilson, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Minshaw,
Present.
Mr. McGlade,
Present.
Mr. LaFurla,
Present.
Mr. Arthur,
Present.
Mr. Kazire.
Present. Before us now, we have the agenda that we need approval of before we can start discussion. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval of the agenda as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. And the motion is carried. And next up is the resolution regarding the contract for the 2019-2020 calendar year with the Council Bluffs Education Association. Do we have a motion?
I'll move approval of the agreement between the Council Bluffs Education Association and the Board of Education as presented.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Would it be possible to have the review of what the contract entails? So if you could
Great,
lead
thank
us
you.
with that.
Yes, I'd like to ask Mr. Milborn to join me at the podium. He worked on the negotiations team and is our new Director of Human Resources. I also want to thank the board for taking time to come in for this special meeting with us this evening, and for those board members that have phoned in. I really appreciate your time, and the teachers are excited to receive their contracts tomorrow. So we have those going out first thing in the morning. So, Mr. Milborn?
Sure. So the highlights of the contract would be it's for 2 years. The increased wages, first year was 1.75, second year is 1.5. And then we kept some language from the previous contract in there about seniority, the salary schedule, some items of that nature. And then we moved much of the language that was in the contract before. We'll be moving over to our handbook. A key thing we're pretty proud of is there's some wording in there about a labor management task force, which will have teacher representatives and district representatives, and they will give us input on that language and the items that are going to the handbook before we present it to all of you to be approved. So the process was very collaborative. The teachers that sat around that table have given a lot to our district, worked very hard for our district, and I was very proud to work with them. And they came from an area of doing what's best for all teachers and best for the district, and we were reciprocal in that process as well.
Okay,
Good.
And
Thank
Mr.
you.
Milborn, you do have the first management meeting set? Did you guys agree upon
Yes,
that
we
last night?
do.
Because we met last night.
Yeah, the first is set for May 6th, so that is our first one. So we're excited to get working on a few things in that handbook and get it on the June board agenda.
Good.
Should we continue to the discussion, or are we ready for the vote? Okay, it appears we're ready for the vote. Mr. Wilson, would you take the roll? We are approving the resolution for the agreement between the Council Bluffs Community, or Council Bluffs Education Association and the Board of Education. Please call the roll.
Mr. LaFurla,
Yes.
Mr. Arthur,
Yes.
Mr. Minshaw,
Yes.
Mr. McGlade,
Yes.
Mr. Kazire.
Yes. And the motion has been approved, and with that, we have completed our appointed duties, and we are adjourned. Thank you.